This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Hello and welcome to the Halftime Show with Omar Adori. I am your host covering everything sport, international, local. Hope you're having a blessed day wherever you're tuned in around the world, whether it's 95 FM, pulse95radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority, or if you're chilling at home watching us live on YouTube. Okay, so a lot going on now. So normally, here's the thing. Whenever I'm out sometimes and I'm speaking to different people, they're saying, oh, you know, you have your own show on the radio. Say, yeah, I do. And they go, do you talk about this? Do you talk about that? And some of the times I speak to a lot of fans who, sports fans, who cover like certain things. So for example, they talk about, let's say, jiu-jitsu, or they talk about basketball. So today, for all those basketball fans, we got a bit of a treat for you, because NBA Africa is worth about $1 billion. If you don't know about NBA Africa, the NBA announced on Monday that it's formed NBA Africa. So people are like, what is that? We were talking about that on the show today. Who's behind it? What does that mean for Africa? What does that mean for talent? And also the timing. You know, it's just after COVID, fans are back into the stadiums. So we're going to be talking about that. The second thing we're going to be talking about, I haven't done this for a while, but sometimes we're at home and watching certain things. And I watched a sports documentary the other day called Cue Ball. And this kind of helps with motivation sometimes. You know, if you're not feeling that great and you're thinking, oh man, you know, I need to watch something that's going to inspire me. I was just talking to shout out to who's in the studio with me. And I was just talking to him about different documentaries and stuff. And this was one of the documentaries that was very interesting because it's also about basketball, but it's about basketball for inmates in prison who get a chance to go and play against other people and invite people to play in. So we're talking about that today. The third segment, mental health. Mental health and fitness can help someone today. A post, a message, a picture, or even a simple thank you. So today, we're going to be talking about that in segment 3, because for those that don't know, mental health is very dear to me. Mental fitness is something that I've obviously written about. And we're going to be listening to you guys and asking you guys what helps you get through those days. So stay tuned for more on the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Adori. Thank you very much for connecting with us today, and I hope you're having a great day. A little thank you from me to everyone who's been supporting the Halftime Show, supporting Reset, you know, showing up when, you know, not many people show up, showing up when a lot of people show up, just being that support system. I woke up today very, very grateful, reflecting on a lot of things as we normally should do. And I just want to say thank you guys for everything on YouTube and on Pulse 95 Radio, and also on my Instagram as well. Thank you guys for connecting. Yesterday, for showing up to the Reset talk with Dr. Rina on mental health and mental fitness. It meant a lot to me. It's on her page. You guys can check it out. She was great as well. You know, a proper doctor, psychologist, and she specializes and focuses on, you know, just doing better for her clients and for the world. So thank you very much, Dr. Rina. Okay, right. NBA Africa. Have you heard of that? Oh boy, NBA Africa is worth $1 billion. Now, when you say that, you know, especially with the launch that's coming out now, everyone's saying that, you know, a lot of clubs, a lot of sports are being affected by COVID and the aftermath of COVID, because there haven't been fans, because they obviously have had, you know, a knock in the economical side of things. But this was great to see. And I actually saw this report that says the NBA announced Monday that it has formed NBA Africa, which will oversee all league businesses on the continent, including the Basketball African League. Now, here's the thing, you know, not only is that great, because, you know, we look at places all around the world and you see like the talent and the people that are behind all these things, and you think, wow, that person deserves an opportunity, or this person deserves an opportunity. Well, this is going to open up a pool for much more talent. And I was talking to a few basketball fans the other day, say, you know, how do you feel about this? How, you know, what's your take on it? And they said, listen, there's talent everywhere. And, you know, the first question they asked me is, who's behind it? Now, there's at least 5 former NBA players who are, you know, supporting this at the moment. So that's Junior Bridgman, Grant Hill, Wakim Noah, Congo native Dikembe Mutombo, and South Sudanese British ex-pro Lual Deng as well. They're all investors in this venture, which is fantastic. Very, very excited to see that. And In terms of the board of directors, it says NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum will be on the board of directors. So it just shows like the moves that they're making and the timing. The timing couldn't be even better right now because, you know, the sports world is pretty down about, you know, not having fans back in. But obviously now with stadiums are starting to get full, depending on obviously where you are around the world. Started off with 15%, 20%, 30%. You even saw fans up to 75,000 when it came down to MMA. Boxing obviously is coming back. Football, basketball, the NFL. So it's very positive to be able to see NBA Africa launching. There's at least 55 players currently in the NBA who were either born in Africa or have, you know, parents from there. So that's also interesting. So now that opens up a window of more talent. When you think of, you know, all this talent in the NBA and you think of how much more can be presented. And also it's almost like opening up doors for people that, you know, have experienced hardships as well and have seen so many different things in their own countries. You know, you saw with mixed martial arts, Francis Ngannou and Cameroon and his story of trying to get out of the border 4 times before being stopped and sent back. And now he's the world champion. Now, can you think of NBA and you can think of the basketball players that might have faced similar challenges and now they're able to have the investment in their hometown, in their country where they can, you know, evolve and develop. And I'm very, very excited to see where that leads us because there is talent everywhere. I've seen it here in the UAE. I've seen it in Africa when I was in Ghana. I've seen it in Senegal when I was there as well. There's a lot of talent that, you know, deserves opportunities. And I think this can only be great for the NBA and for basketball in general. So, you know, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait. You know, there's going to be one kid that's going to come out on the scene and just blow the whole NBA to shreds. So I can't wait to see how that goes. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in on my Instagram live. Anoud, Ala, Masoud, Fahad, Mariam, Flo, Grimsnaldo, Almas, Mustafa, Eve, Terry, Zaruni. Have I said Fahad already? I have said Fahad as well. And Al Shara as well. So shout out to everyone who's tuned in. Right, we're going to take a quick break. The music's on point today. Enjoy this and I'll be right back after the break. Here we go.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Adori. Thank you very much for connecting with me on the hour. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? So much happening. We spoke about NBA Africa, worth $1 billion. And what does that mean for Africa as well? And how exciting. So much talent going to come out of there. A huge move for development. And now we're talking about documentaries. Now, a lot of the time, we watch documentaries for motivation, a little bit of a lift. You look at different things. And sometimes if you're not feeling that great or you're feeling a bit lazy, then you switch on a documentary, which can also be beneficial if it's a motivational documentary. And it's been a while since I did a sports documentary watch. So I thought I'd check out a documentary for you guys. And seeing as today there's a basketball theme, yes, Big Hass, I see you. Then I thought, you know what? Let's focus on cue ball. Now, for those that haven't watched this, it's a very, very interesting, real, raw documentary. Shout out to Derek as well in the UK, because Derek is someone who gives opportunities for ex-inmates and convicts to be able to pick their life back up again after they made mistakes and they get released and serve their punishment. Derek certifies people to give them that second opportunity. Now, this documentary is very similar because the inmates of the San Quentin Warriors basketball team, they search for redemption from their troubled past in a place where freedom is taken away. The game provides a path forward. So it's basically a documentary showing these inmates from inside the prison who are focused and dedicated on basketball and focused on, you know, having a second chance to play against, you know, different basketball players who come in and face them at the prison, at the jail. So they have obviously a basketball court outside. But the nice thing about this documentary is it highlights a couple of the inmates and, you know, it shows their journey, their story, how sport gives them life. It gives them an opportunity. And remember Big Hass actually once when he was here and he said basketball is life. This is what I mean. These guys, and there's one guy in particular called Harry ATL Smith, who is like the star of this show, and just his dedication, but also the psychology and the emotional part of it is very interesting. You know, you get to see the inmates going hard, going for it, but also the coach who is looking after these guys is also an inmate, and also someone who, you know, made a crime and committed a crime, and now he's obviously paying for it, and he's got life in prison, but he's actually doing something positive by putting rules to play. And they all had to sign something, you see? They all had to sign something to be able to, you know, commit to this team, show up to practice, give 100%, and be held accountable. So this is why I kind of thought, man, this is really good. It's on Netflix at the moment, and it shows how they use sport to, you know, take it to the next level. I love it. I thought it was great. Whether you're a basketball fan or not, I think it's something that a lot of people can relate to, can be inspired by, and can be lifted by, because you see, it's very easy when you're down or when you're in a dark place to kind of feel sorry for yourself. These guys are not doing that. These guys are going all out in this sports documentary. So the sports documentary watch of today is Cue Ball. Check it out on Netflix. Let me know what you think, actually. And if you've seen it already, text me on 4215 at Salat or do, or slide into my DMs and let me know what you think. Big Has said he loves this documentary. And Almas is saying, read up on Olivia Moultrie, currently winning lawsuit for girls to play pro football. Yes, I like that, Almas. You know, I might check that out. Shout out to Jason and Davis as well, who've just jumped in on the Instagram live. A lot of cool things coming this way. And actually, sports documentary-wise, there is a documentary coming out on Roberto Baggio, the Italian number 10, very, very famous for his ponytail. I think that should be out today, if you can confirm that for me. And also, in 20 days, Sir Alex Ferguson has his documentary coming out on Netflix, I believe. No, Amazon Prime, which would be very interesting, because he's a very successful manager, and he had a very successful turn at Manchester United. And Manchester United are playing tonight, so I'm sure you guys are very, very excited about them winning that trophy against Villarreal. Or will there be a surprise? Unai Emery. It might be a good evening after all. All right, cool. We're going to take a break. Here's some Post Malone, and we'll talk about mental health next. Enjoy.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time, and we're having a good time here on the Halftime Show. Some of the things that you guys get to hear during the break on the Instagram live is very random, thanks to our very own Nia Saleh, who always keeps us entertained. We're not going to talk about food. I was going to say the brands, but we're not going to talk about food or sandwiches right now. What we're going to talk about, as everyone is commenting on the Instagram live, we're going to talk about something that's quite important now, and that is mental health. Right, so there is a refreshing side of seeing people discuss mental health, mental fitness, and, you know, a lot of that kind of stuff that maybe at one point we wouldn't be comfortable talking about. And here's my thing to you guys. Rather than talking more about it and going really deep into it on the Halftime Show, which, by the way, we've done before, and we've brought some fantastic people on, here's a small segment to everyone out there who is going through something, who needs to hear this message, who might be cheered up today by this message. And that is, you know, you're doing great. Keep moving forward. There is at least one person out there that loves you, supports you, wants you to do well, and wants to see a smile on your face today. So this segment today really is for you. It's for you out there who's going through so many different things. And we here at Pulse 95, and especially on the Halftime Show, support you, love you, and are sending you blessings and good energy, man. That's all I wanted to say on this segment. And I dedicated this segment because yesterday I got a chance to speak to Dr. Rina, who's a psychologist and someone who specializes in helping people all around the world. And we were talking, all sorts of good stuff, and you can see it on her page. But the thing about that is, what made me really happy afterwards is seeing the messages, the fact that, you know, a few people joined the conversation, including our very own Umnia Saleh as well. She actually listened to it while she was doing her assignment on Dr. Rina's page yesterday. And I kind of really thought that it's so nice to be able to to get that kind of appreciation and value. And so today I wanted to dedicate this segment to you guys and say thank you very much for all your support. And it's okay to talk about things. It's okay to be able to voice how you're feeling without being judged, without feeling any sort of burden or negativity or weight on your shoulders. This segment today is for you guys, and we want to wish you all the best here at Pulse 95 Radio and send you all the love that we can, because it's really important that we share that. There's so much happening in the world, so much negativity that's out of our hands. But let's focus on the positivity and try to do better than what you did yesterday, and don't worry about yesterday. I think that's kind of like the main thing, and so happy to be able to share that with you guys today. Obviously, the halftime show is more than just a sports show. It's more than just what happens behind the scenes. It's more than just headlines. And we tend to cover a lot of important topics here. And I'm very, very grateful that 266 shows in right now. Wowzers. And we're still doing it here, and we're still able to raise awareness on such important topics in Sharjah, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, in Ajman, all over the world. When we see who's tuned in on the Instagram Live, and you see all these different people who are taking time out, whether it's New York, whether it's London, whether it's the UAE, whether it's Egypt or Saudi or Kuwait, we're so happy to be able to kind of share this with you guys. And even when you actually check out the show later on YouTube, and when you actually send your messages in, it means a lot. It really, really means a lot to me. So thank you very much for doing that. Today, this segment is about your mental health, your mental fitness, sending you all the love and energy, and I hope it's raised a smile on your face. You're going to do just great. I'm going to see you after the break. Enjoy.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are back on the Halftime Show on Pulse 95 Radio in the heart of Sharjah. What a cool show we've had today. A little bit of a different twist to it. NBA fans, basketball fans, where you at? We spoke about NBA Africa. The sports documentary watch, we spoke about cue ball as well, which if you haven't seen that documentary, very, very cool. The inmates of the San Quentin Warriors basketball team search for redemption from their troubled pasts, and it's a place where freedom is taken away, so the game provides them a path forward. I watched that the other day and I found that very, very interesting. Check it out. And also the third segment was for everyone out there who is finding their mental health challenging today, or even in general, and we just wanted to send you guys some love and some good energy out there. What's up, Shay Matt? Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much. And here's my thing, guys. Looking forward actually to now being able to bring on different types of guests coming up with the sports. Well, I'd say sports. That's a bit harsh. With football being on hold for a couple of weeks until the Euros get started. Everyone's talking about England, by the way, at the moment now. I listened to about 3 hours of radio in the UK, Talk Sport, and all these guys talking about Gareth Southgate and his management and stuff yesterday. And I was just surprised, man. When people come to judge a coach or a manager, if he says something, they judge him. If he doesn't say something, they judge him. And I was listening to all these people and I was thinking, wow, it just makes you think how coaches are being perceived. And I thought about that. I was thinking, oh my God, he's getting a hard time already. So that was yesterday. And on the show, we've got a couple people. I spoke to, as I said earlier, Dr. Rena, psychologist, very, very cool, yesterday. And we were talking about reset and all sorts of things. And she was telling me about something she said yesterday, which was interesting, was, when people say bounce back, she said bounce forward. I thought that was really good. That was one of the terms I took from yesterday, because a lot of the times when you recover from something or you want to do better at something, you obviously fall down to bounce back. But when she said bounce forward, I thought, yeah, that I haven't heard that before. That was cool. So maybe I'll get her on the show. Maybe I'll get her on the halftime show and she can talk a bit more about, her skill set, the things that she deals with clients every day and patients. That would be very, very cool. Also, what else we got coming up? The boxing, obviously, now with Tyson Fury set to fight Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua is going to fight Usyk. That's going to happen. Manny Pacquiao is going to fight Terrence. That's going to be cool as well in terms of the boxing. Mixed martial artists, Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier 3. That's going to happen. You know, I'm very interested to see now how the fans will affect people. You know, tonight you've got the Europa League, Manchester United versus Villarreal. You've got the Champions League on Saturday, I believe it is, which is going to also be interesting to see how the players react to fans now. You know, that's going to be very, very interesting, because already on the last day of the season, there were some results where we thought, I wouldn't have saw that coming. And will that be the new norm now? You know, all these clubs and managers and coaches from all the different sports now having fans back into the stadium. Will that add more pressure to, you know, what they're trying to achieve, what they're trying to do? I'm excited to see how that's going to go. But I can't believe there's going to be 2 months without Premier League football, or 3 months without Premier League football. That's just going to be depressing, man. I don't know. Although that does say that hopefully you guys can get active and get out and play more sports now that you can't actually see it. Out here in the UAE, we had a football match on Saturday, and boy, was it humid. Oh my God, it was humid. I could actually hear my shoes squishing from the water, which was madness. I'm sure you don't want to know about that, but I'll share that anyway with you guys. I think it's probably time to stay active, stay safe, obviously, and stay active now that sports aren't playing as often as we'd like it to be. Rugby might be on the menu as well. I've heard that before. I'll start talking about rugby. It's going to get interesting. You've got obviously the F1 as well. Wimbledon should be coming up soon as well. That I'm from Wimbledon, so for me, I'm very excited to see what that's been. And speaking about that, shout out to Ish as well, who plays for AFC Wimbledon, and he scored against Tottenham the other day. Come on, Ish. Well done, mate. It wasn't the result they wanted, but he still scored the goal. So I'm very happy with that. So I'm proud of you, nephew. Great job. And I'm sure Derek is super proud of you as well, man. So keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait for those guys to come out to the UAE and we get to see them over here. Derek was my training partner for so many years. Taught me a lot, actually. And he's the person also that I was talking about who gives opportunities for ex-inmates to give them a second chance, to get certified in their training, find a career for them. So a lot of respect. Those are the real heroes. Derek is the real hero out there that's making a difference for the world and giving people an opportunity to pick up their life again. Everyone makes mistakes, as we said earlier. So shout out to Derek and Ish. And Ish, next time, grab a hat-trick against Tottenham. I'm just saying. Just saying. And keep representing that Arsenal shirt. Love you, nephew. Okay, we are reaching full time on the halftime show. Thank you very much for spending the hour with me. We're back again on Saturday, 3 to 4, on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of the halftime show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.